Yo, what's up, guys? Today we're gonna be doing another what is it? Casual deck profile. I have an update to our Suship deck. Seeing as how what is it? Power of the Elements finally came out. So what we'll be doing today is I'll just be going through the update to it. I've added a few new cards. It's largely similar to its original to the original video. It's just I've added the new cards and then a couple other things. Yeah, let's get right into this. All right, guys. So we're gonna first start with the monsters. For monsters, we have 3 copies of Gunkan Suship Shari. Then the new uh, main deck monster that they added was Gunkan Suship Shari Red. I'm more partial to the Japanese name, which was the Gunkan Suship Akashari, but because I think it rolls off the tongue better than Shari Red. But this is the new main deck monster that's going to help you have some more consistency in the deck. Because it's treated as Gunkan Suship Shari while in the deck, field, and graveyard, and I think in your hand as well. Then we have the 3 copies of Ikura, the 3 copies of Shiryo, and then the 3 copies of Uni. That's our like main core pieces are the like Suship ships or like Suship main deck monsters. That's gonna be like your bread and butter. Then some utility pieces. We have the 3 copies of Rescue Rabbit, a singular copy of Gadarla, and a singular copy of Effect Veiler. That's going to round out the monsters. The Rescue Rabbit is going to be used to grab monsters from the deck. Gadarla is for problem monsters. Effect Veiler, just a hand trap. Because, during these casual deck profiles, I like to have an emphasis on the casual side of things with what kind of hand traps we're using. Um, but now we're going to get into the spells and traps. So we have 3 copies of the field spell, this Seaside Supper Ship or Supper Spot. We have a singular copy of Upstart, 2 copies of Duality, and then we have 3 copies of Uninspected Die, 2 copies of Ties of the Brethren, and a Terraforming to get to our field spell quicker. And then we also have a copy of Piri Rise Map, which is used to get the new monster, Shari Red, because it has 0 attack. And then a singular copy of Called by the Grave for problem cards, as you know. That kind of plagues Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes. But that is our spell cards. Overall, I think the spell cards are probably what's gonna hold this deck together with the consistency and such. For the traps, we have 2 Solemn Strike, a singular daily special, and then 2 Shade of the Brigandine. Just some cards to help facilitate some of your rank 4s as well as protecting said rank 4s and your other monsters to make it so you can get to your extra deck monsters, which is, where all the real shit's happening. We have 3 copies of the Shiryo class carrier. We have 3 copies of our Uni class Super Dreadnought, and 3 copies of our Akura class Dreadnought, as well as some help for the deck. We have the one and only Link monster we have is a copy of Almirage for protection purposes. We have a singular copy of Daigusto Emerald. We have a Utopia and a Baguska, as well as a Utopic Future that we can use to get into our Utopic Draco future. Overall, I think the deck is pretty what's the word I'm looking for? Pretty tame, I guess would be the word. I don't think it's the best. I'm sure you could definitely do better, especially in the extra deck department, considering that this is very much a budget deck, but like most of your money would and could go into your extra deck, grabbing copies of things like Access Code, uh, IP Masquerena, um, maybe changing out some of the monsters that have some tuners. If you'd want to like include like a Baron or some other card like that, considering we have a lot of level fours, the ability to go into level fives. Overall, I think there's some things you could change with the deck itself to make it more competitively viable, even though Gunkan is very much less than a rogue deck. This is just kind of like a fun deck that I was very excited about when the cards were announced and such. Overall, I do not recommend building this or bringing this to anything, or trying to make a competitive version of this deck. This is very much a casual deck and is nowhere near close to being able to be competitively viable, especially in a post Power of the Elements Yu-Gi-Oh competitive format with things like Sprite running around, tier elements, even what is it? Exo Sister, stuff like that. Like this is not gonna cut it like at all. But overall, I do enjoy the deck. I enjoy the archetype itself. I think is very nice. Hence why I built it. I have another one of these videos coming out soon, but I'll get into that after my closing argument, or not closing arguments, more so my closing thoughts on the deck. But overall, this is probably one of my favorite, more favorite decks I've built. Hence why we're revisiting it with you know, Power of the Elements coming out. I can update the video and or just re-release this video as a different video overall for it. It was really just missing the Shari Red to be more consistent, especially with adding things like Puri Rice map and such. But yeah, we're gonna get into the my closing thoughts on the deck itself. All right, so overall, the deck is it's fun. I think if you're in like a playful, casual-esque environment, less so like playing like playtesting for regionals or locals. If you're just playing with friends, this is a very fun low power deck that you could bring that I would say is playable. I don't think it's the best. Like as far as casual decks I've shown on this like channel, it's definitely on the weaker end. Things uh like the frog deck I posted, which is more powerful now considering that people are mixing it with sprites. Hold on, actually, I got the name right here. Sprites. I pulled a copy of Sprite Blue from a loose pack the other day. But as far as like my casual decks I've posted and any other casual decks you can really see on things like YGO Pro and stuff like that, it's on the lower end. I think it's pretty consistent. Power level is very low, but I'm sure you could make it work with some tweaks and such for like a semi-competitive environment, like playing at locals or whatever, as long as your locals isn't completely cracked with people playing like the newest meta stuff. Like if you're in like a small town or even like your local environment, you can suss out whether you can play the deck and like actually have fun with it. And you're not just getting completely shut out of the game. But like I said earlier, I do have another deck profile that I will be doing. I'm going to give you a little hint. I'm just waiting on a few cards that should have been here today, but if not, the video will go up next week. But here's a little hint. If I can get it to focus. Hold on, let me turn this up down to like, there you go. We got B Trooper Scout Buggy. So think you could guess what the next deck profile is gonna be. I with the announcement, or not the announcement, it's actually out now. With Beat Troopers being out in Master Duel, I got the thought of like checking out the prices and such because I know they're not very competitively viable. Kind of older, not really older, but came out pretty much a year ago actually. Came out with King's Court. No, came out before King's Court, I believe. The set before King's Court, I believe, is when the first set of support came out for Beat Troopers. But decided to check out the prices, and I was pleasantly surprised with how affordable they were, considering that I do still think that Beat Troopers are kind of strong. I don't think that they can compete with like the current stuff that's out now, but I do think that they are, you know, not weak, but like they're viable, I think. In before copium comments, but I think you could play it in today's in like meta. With some like changes. My deck isn't going to be the most competitive because this is uh a casual video series for casual decks specifically. Um but with some tweaks, changing things up, I think it could be competitively viable. But that's going to be it for the video. If you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button down below to know when my videos go live, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.